Hey Radicals, I hope that everybody's having an amazing day. I have some news for you, and it's going to be disappointing news for many of you folks out there. But the truth of the matter is that I've decided to take another hiatus. For folks who have followed this show for a while, you know that I've taken some hiatuses in the past, one for about 10 months. I just wanted to let everybody know that everything's fine with me personally. I'm not sick or anything like that. I'm honestly just kind of burnt out and just kind of need a break. There's probably a few reasons that I could list for why I'm getting burnt out, and I don't know if they're necessarily worth going into. But just to give you some perspective and insight into what I mean, recently I launched a new Rockfin show called Uncensored. I was putting out one episode per week of that, along with content on my YouTube channel. I found it quite daunting to put out regular content every single week on two different channels. I don't know if you've ever had a hobby in the past that you tried to go full time with, but it's just the case that having to do something kind of takes the fun out of it. Besides that, I also recently started a new day job. As you may recall, back in November, I left my full time job, and for about 6 or 7 months, I actually was technically unemployed. But with all this talk about a recession, I recently started a new job. It is from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. 5 days a week. And it's a 45-minute commute, so an hour and a half of driving every single day. As many of you know, I also have a family. So obviously trying to juggle all of these things is personally untenable. There's just not enough time in the day, not enough hours in the week. And again, beyond that, I'm actually just not really having fun producing content lately. One thing about being a news politics show is that you're kind of dependent on whatever the headlines are at the moment. And right now, there's not really much to say. Biden sucks, the economy sucks, things are just bad, and they're probably going to get worse for the foreseeable future. Democrats are likely to get obliterated in the midterms, but absent of that and just the recurring theme that the sanctions are really hurting the U.S. economy and the working class across the West, there's really not much else to say. There's not many guests who I really want to talk to at the moment, honestly. I mean, there are a few folks, but many of those people I've submitted requests to many different times and just never heard back. Also, additionally, I'm probably just a little fatigued with the kind of failure of heroes who we've seen over and over and over again. From Tulsi Gabbard to Jesse Ventura to Marianne Williamson, Andrew Yang to Bernie Sanders to the Green Party itself. It just sucks kind of wanting to be in a movement, but there not really being much of a movement there. Now, there are still many admirable anti-imperialists out there, and I recommend that you follow all of them. There are many of the people who you've seen on the show: Jimmy Dore, Glenn Greenwald, Matt Taibbi, Lee Camp, Whitney Webb. I could go on, but you know who these folks are. And I just have to say, hats off to all of these folks for not getting burnt out. I don't know how it's possible to just keep going on year after year after year, not taking a break. Obviously, I just can't do it, unfortunately. So again, folks, apologies for disappointing you if you are a fan of my content. I also want to say thank you to all of the patrons out there who have helped support this show over the years. Your financial support really has meant a lot. But again, I'm just going to take a little bit of a break now. I don't know how long it'll be, if it's 3 months, 6 months, a year. I just kind of want to shut everything down for a little while and not think about politics, honestly. I'm sure what's going to happen is there's going to be some huge news story that's going to motivate me to come back. Most likely that's going to be a recession or a complete financial collapse where a lot of us are out of work. But in the meantime, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to focus on my new job and my family and my personal hobbies. And I'm not going to put out content that I feel obligated to put out just for the sake of being a YouTuber. So thanks again, folks, for all of your support. Again, there's many of you out there who I'd like to thank individually, but just too many names to list. You guys have all been great. Thank you again for watching and supporting the show over the past 7 years. I am sure that I will be back at some point in the near future. But for now, I'm just going to take it easy. So thanks again, folks. Thank you for all of the years of support. And until next time, stay radical.